Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening from my end. I hope you all had a good day. It's a pleasure to be live again. We're here to preview Brighton versus Chelsea game coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. So Chelsea is expected to play the second leg with Brighton, and I think it will be the game with the third match we'll be playing with Brighton so far this season. Chelsea, we've really had a very good record against Brighton since um, Pochettino era. We had a very poor outing with them in the Potter era, even under Frank Lampard. But right now, under Pochettino, we've not lost to Brighton since Pochettino took over, especially from the preseason. They were, uh, I think they were the toughest English team we played in preseason. Um, so we before the last game against Nottingham Forest, I in the preview I said I was going into that game with a lot of high hopes. Sorry, excuse me. With a lot of high hopes that we were going to win against Nottingham Forest. Well, we almost lost, and then we had a comeback, and then we're able to win. So I'm even going into this game with more confidence because we haven't lost to Brighton since we had Pochettino as coach. So De Zerbi is his very good friend. They have a very good relationship together. I think De Zerbi and Arteta, they are the two coaches that are much more closer to Pochettino in the Premier League. So now going into this game, I have more confidence um, that we're going to win, even more than the Nottingham Forest one, because the Nottingham Forest, we've always known that they're a very naughty team, very good at spoiling the show. But for the fact that we haven't lost to Brighton since Pochettino came, I'm much more confident that we're getting the 3 point. Yeah, not like 100% confident, but I have more hope than even the previous game. So, reviewing the coach press conference today, it was I loved the press conference. He realized, though a bit too late, but never too late though, that he was a bit too late in the season, but at least he learned that lesson that he needs to caution himself. He needs to watch what he says, and he needs to watch how he says it. So he talked about not wanting to make excuses about injury, not wanting to make excuses about the team is very young, not having enough experience. So, and he said he decided not to say those things no more, even though those things are really true, they are true. But then he decided not to dwell on them no more, which is really good. So I also love the fact that okay, he gave an update on the injury that we only still have six players out. We were having 14 initially. So now that out of six, we out of 14, we only have six players out of 14. So that's a lot of improvement. I mean, we have eight players back. So I think Robert Sanchez is still not available. Benjamin Chilwell is still not ready. Um, uh, Benjamin Chilwell is not ready. Um, Enzo, of course, is still out. Romeo Latvia is still out. And I think two other people. Levi Cowell is, oh yeah, it's on the bench. But I don't know if these players are really ready to start, but they've been training very hard according to the coach. So he also talked about commitment and flowing with the flowing with what do they call them, the fans. So I like the fact that he's been real. Like he said, he's not a hypocrite. He doesn't have to be kissing the Chelsea badge to show the fans that he's committed to the team and all that. Yeah, but if you would just believe that he's committed, then he's committed. But it's not about, he doesn't believe in kissing the badge. So my own understanding of that, I might be wrong, is that he's trying to say, hey, uh, we just started this thing. Uh, this is not about love, which I think I really like that. It's not about love. I don't need to pretend like I'm in love with the club, and I just want to win the fans' support because they are important. And the best way I believe I can do it is to get results. It's natural that fans will like any coach that is getting them results. It was only Benitez that was a bit unfortunate in Chelsea. Benitez wasn't a failure. He was in Europa in his time. He won the Europa Cup, and then um, he lost the Club World Cup, and then relegated to Europa Cup and from Champions League, and he won the Europa Cup, which I don't really, I don't count that as too much failure. He did well, but where he shot himself was not liking where he fell out with the captain, and then there was a revolt against him. So as a coach, as long as you are getting results, people will like you. Benitez was the only one who was getting results that the fans never liked because he had already said some things that angered the fan and they never forgave him. So and then he complicated it by having problem with the captain. So in this case now, Pochettino is saying when we get results, fans will like us, which I really like that. No hypocrisy, no pretense. So it's not really a game of love for now. It's a thing of okay, let's see how well things can go. So um uh then he talked about the fact that yeah, he's not an hypocrite, and like it's going to take time, you know, and now things are getting better. The players are getting to understand themselves more. The players are getting to understand the philosophy more, and that's actually really important too. So he feels Chelsea has done well, considering the circumstances, the injury, the everything, that Chelsea has done well. Yeah, to me too, I think if they can finish top six and get UEFA, I would say they've done fantastically well. Because even if we had won the FA Cup, it was going to land us in UEFA. So if we now eventually get UEFA without winning the FA Cup, it will have been good to qualify with the FA Cup. Yeah, because now you'll have increased the number of our cabinets plus one. Yeah, but then since we didn't get that one, if we are able to finish on top of Newcastle, it will be very, very, very good. So all we need to do is to win tomorrow's game and the last game of the season, and then hoping that Newcastle would either get a draw or lose one, and then either of the two. So if we look at it now, uh, we have uh, Chelsea has done quite well recently, and we hope they can keep that form up. And that's one of the reasons why I keep saying, okay, let's give this guy one more year. He has one more year on his contract. Let's leave him to round up that contract, because if he's showing signs of good things to come like this, when the season start next, we expect the team to be able to operate more as a unit. So and then we expect them to be able to operate better. You know, we expect them to be able to operate better from beginning of next season, especially when they now have the preseason, because some of the players we even have now were not there for the beginning of preseason. So when all of them are able to get that done, that would be very, very encouraging. So I like I said earlier on, I'm going into that game with high hopes more than I had. I had hope against Nottingham Forest that we're gonna win. I said it wasn't gonna come easy, but little did I never knew that we're gonna be trailing them behind and then we had to come back. I thought it was just gonna be like a 2-1 win or it, you know. But I know Nottingham Forest will always score us. We might be lucky to have a clean sheet tomorrow, but it's gonna be tough to have clean sheet against Brighton. But it's very, very, very possible. So I'll be looking at the head to head very soon. But I know Brighton, they haven't been able to win us since Pochettino took over. And by God's grace, it's not gonna happen tomorrow. So looking into the game for tomorrow, I would believe that we'll be having the same 4-2-3-1 formation. That's what I think because if we, you know, that's the formation we'll be using all the while, and nothing nothing has really changed. Nothing has really changed with that. So and it's been working. So I think tomorrow we'll likely have of course we have Petrovic in goal with the 4-2-3-1 formation, and then we'll be having Marco Corella on the left, and then Yashil and Chaloba at the as centre back. Badiashile on the left centre back, and was Chaloba on the right hand side, and then Malo Gusto on the right wing back, and then Conor Gallagher, Moses Caicedo at the middle, midfield pivot, and then I'm thinking Mihailo Mudrik might still start tomorrow because we're not really sure if Sterling is very fit to play the whole game. But he came from the bench and did excellently well on the last game. So he might still come from the bench this time. After all, Mudrik got a goal in the last game, even though after scoring that goal, I thought he was going to be like on steroid, but he wasn't. He went cold after the goal. But then I think it's good to let him start again, and then Modric comes on later. Either he performs or not, Modric can come on later in the second half. So and then um, Cole Palmer will be in the middle, number 10. Noni Madueke on the right, and Jackson as a lone striker. That's my predicted lineup. But alternatively, I also think we can have Petrovic in goal, Marco Corella on the left, Malo Gusto on the right, Badia Shield and Chaloba as centre back, Conor Gallagher, Moses Caicedo in the middle. I also think that Raheem Sterling may start. Depends on his fitness level. I'm not sure of his fitness level at the moment. So and then we can have Mihailo Mudrik in the middle as the number 10, and then Cole Palmer on the right as number 7, and then Jackson up front. We can also have it that way. It can go either way. Having Modric in the middle, Sterling on the left, Kopama on the right, Jackson up front. So meaning that Noni might not. That's if Noni is not going to start. I'm not really sure he will start. He didn't have a very good game in the last game. So if I was the coach, I would give him a break. Make him watch from the bench while I start Sterling on the left, I start Mudrik in the middle, and I start Kopama on the right. So maybe when the game progresses, and if I feel I need fresh legs, then I could bring him in from the bench, and then possibly he might be able to do well at that time, and then put him on the right, and then take out and then switch Palmer to the middle as number 10, and then have what do they call it? Either have Mudrik pulled out to give space for him, but it all depends on the coach. But that's what I think might happen. So if we look at head to head, like I said earlier on, Pochettino has not lost any game to the Zabi's Brighton since he was employed as Chelsea coach. So looking at the lineup, looking at the head to head, Chelsea. Okay, the first encounter between them was a preseason, the one they played at Philadelphia in the United States. So Chelsea won 4 goals to 3. Um, yeah, I watched that game live then, and then the next game was an I think it was a Premier League um fixture where first leg Chelsea defeated Brighton 3-2, and then it was played in Stamford Bridge. So then we also had another EFL Cup where Chelsea defeated Brighton 1 goal to 0. It was also played in Stamford Bridge. So the last 3 games we played with them this season, we won them all, and we've not played any game. We've not played any game away at Brighton. So this will be our first away game at Brighton. So well, that calls for a bit of concern, but I think we should get it done. If we got it done in Nottingham Forest, which is a very tough place, and we almost got it done, if not for VAR error in Aston Villa, another tough place, and I think we'll be able to get it done in Brighton. So but we've not played them at home this season. It's gonna be our first game against them at home. So we defeated them 3-2 in the Premier League at Stamford Bridge, 1 goal to 0 at EFL Cup, and then another 4-3 at preseason in the United States. So those are the 3 times Pochettino has played the Zabi this season, and Pochettino has not lost any game to the Zabi. So if we look at um, if we look at the statistics between both of them, the statistics I use usually covers the last 5 matches of each team. So each team. So for Brighton, uh, Brighton has average of 1.5 goals per match. Chelsea 2.0. Goals conceded, Brighton concede an average of 1.6 goals per match. Chelsea concede 1.7. So we slightly concede more goal than them. And then shots off target. Brighton average of 4.8 shots off target per match. Chelsea 4.9 on an average per match. So shots on target, Brighton 5.6 on an average, Chelsea 5.6 on target. So our attacking pattern is almost similar. And then corner kicks, Brighton concedes average of 5.4 corner kicks per match. Sorry, they win about 5.4 corner kicks per match, and then Chelsea wins about 5.3 corner kicks per match. So Cats on an average Brighton concedes 2.5 cards per game, and then Chelsea concede about 2.9 cards per game. So I mean we actually do concede more cards than them. So for the how do I put it? For the position on the table, we all know Chelsea is number seven with 57 points, and Brighton is number 10 with 48 points. So they have a negative four goal difference. And then Chelsea has a positive 12 goal difference. Brighton has minus four goal difference. So I'm thinking Pochettino should try and beat Brighton this time around. With all those rumors flying around, at Desabi as one of the candidates to replace him, at least it will be very silly of any owner to think of replacing your current coach with a coach that he has met three times and he has won him. And if they meet tomorrow and he wins again, it's going to be the fourth time. And then you think that person, if you feel that as such a person, you have confidence firing your coach and allowing that person take over, then you must be sick upstairs. But then I, the times that Pochettino has played Zabi, Pochettino has been more spot on his tactics. His tactics had worked for him more. So I think personally, I don't think it's for the times they've had encounter with each other. The Zabi has not shown any sign of superiority. So looking at the table, if we are able to get the win tomorrow, we'll move to 60 points, and that will put us ahead of Newcastle United. So that will put us in number six ahead of Newcastle United. Remember, we still need Man City to win the FA Cup for us to be able to qualify for Europe if we finish sixth on the table. If Manchester United wins the FA Cup, then qualifying, finishing sixth wouldn't take us to UEFA. It will be the fifth person and the FA Cup winner. So it's sad to say, but Man City still has to win, and then we have to finish sixth on the table for us to make it to Euro. So we for Newcastle, I think they will be playing. Newcastle will be playing Manchester United. So I think that game is coming up on. Okay, it's coming up tomorrow. Wow. So it's coming up. Okay, Chelsea is starting 2:45 p.m. EST. Um, Manchester United and Newcastle is starting 15 minutes later. So Manchester United, it's time for you to redeem yourself. Redeem yourself. Let me see what the table feels like if Manchester United wins. If Manchester United wins, they will go to 57 points, and then if we win, we'll go to 60. So then if Newcastle loses, they remain 57 with Man U. Man U can never undo their goal difference. So Newcastle will now seek seventh position, when Chelsea will climb sixth by God's grace if Man U wins tomorrow. And if they both play a draw, it means and Chelsea wins. If Chelsea wins and they play a draw, it means Chelsea goes top, and then sixth position, and then Newcastle will drop to seven, and Man U will still remain in eighth. So, well, well, but I think if Man U wins, that will be good, and Chelsea wins, that'll be safer. But if they don't, then it's gonna be if it's a draw, and then if Newcastle wins, then we will now be 60-60, and they still have a lot of goal difference. We have 12 goal difference, they have 22. So that's a lot of goal difference. You can't catch up with that in any way tomorrow, unless we want to win Brighton by 10 goals to nothing, which I don't see that happening. If you're watching, please leave your comments in the comment section, and please like the video, share the video, like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do that. Thank you very much. So we hoping that Chelsea will get the three maximum point needed, and then by the time we are done with that, maybe um, I'm following the transfer news, but I still see most of them as rumor, and I don't want to really get into that right now because there are more pressing things on ground now. The main focus is we getting those points now instead of dwelling on some news that are not um, fully substantiated. So we coming towards the end of the show. Um, Chelsea, like I told you, I'm hopeful they will win tomorrow. I don't want to go into the goal margin, but I'm confident we'll get the 3 points. It might not come easy, but we'll get it. But I think it's gonna be a little bit easier than the Nottingham Forest. I don't expect too much roller coaster based on um, how our last three meetings had been. Yeah. So it was only the preseason on that had a lot of roller coaster where we lost the lead and then they equalized, and okay, they were ahead of us at one point, we equalized and were able to win. So I think Kepa Arrizabalaga was the goalkeeper in that game. So hopefully Caicedo and Robert Sanchez from the will be very happy tomorrow. Though I know Robert Sanchez is not playing, but at least he's not even going to be on the bench. But at least wherever he's watching from, he will see his former team being defeated. We are going away, so we need all the confidence boost. So we've reviewed the starting 11, and then well, no, there's no any new big news at the moment, other than the fact that our coach had clarified some issues. He had clarified some issues um, concerning misconception about um, how people were saying that he was not happy. Well, whatever it is, he claims that was not the case, but he was just making a suggestion. So today, Tottenham Hotspur lost to Manchester City 2 goals to nothing. So and it was crazy to see how Tottenham fans were jubilating the Man City second goal. So they didn't. It shows that some of them didn't want to do anything that will benefit Arsenal. So they though I knew it was going to be difficult for them to win based on the fact that they've not really been in a good form, and then if you've not been in a good form in a while, so are you going to catch that form against Man City? Hell no. Except Chelsea. Chelsea was the only one who did that and got a 4-4 draw, another 1-1 draw against them. So so tomorrow we, like I said, no new development in terms of injury. It's still the same players that we saw that came back against Nottingham Forest. It's the same player that would be featuring against us. So no new player, and then there's nobody that is out again due to any injury. So we we hope that we are able to get the point, like I said earlier, and we hope we don't get an injury. We hope we are able to secure the progress that we had so far. So so if Man U is able to beat Newcastle tomorrow, that'll be very, very good for us, provided we win our game. So and Man U, the things that we need now. Man U beat Newcastle. Man City beat Man U for FA Cup final, and then Chelsea win your two remaining games, and then we're in UEFA. And it's very good to see because some at some point people had felt even if we are going to Europe, it's gonna be for Conference League. But here we are talking about UEFA Cup. Let's hope things work well for us. Thank you everyone. See you tomorrow after the game for match match review. We'll review the game and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we'll be reviewing with a lot of smile and with 3 points in the kitty, upping our points to 60. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. And wherever you are, if you are in the daytime, have a good day. See you tomorrow after the game. Enjoy yourself and be blessed. Thank you. Bye.